Oh, hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan from the golden age of wrestling. And I just want to tell you guys are watching the best arcade and gaming podcast on YouTube. That's the Super Game Room Dudes. You understand that, tough guys? The best arcade gaming podcast on YouTube. So check it out. The Super Game Room Dudes. Ho!
Oh, yeah!
What time is it?
Game time! Woo!
What up, YouTube? It's your boys, Michael B. the Game Genie, Macho P Dubs, Detroit Love, and P Dilly Dubs with a Halloween episode of the Super Game Room Dudes. Let's get it started.
Oh, yeah! Dig it! Nacho Dub is in the house. What's going on? And beneath me, P. Diddly Dubs. Is that P. Diddly Dubs? What is that? Who is that? There you go. There's the goatee that we all know and love. And look, we got Detroit Love in the house. Let's look at the third one.
It's your boy.
And look, we got Michael B. the Game Genie with the dog. And what happened to the dog, bro?
He's still alive.
The dedication in that costume is amazing. Like the X's on the dog's eyes. Oh, it's awesome.
Yep.
See, he's still alive. Kissing and whale, baby. Kissing and whale.
Oh, yeah, dudes. Welcome to the first annual Halloween Spooktacular with your hosts, the Super Game Room Dudes. This is your arcade and game podcast show. Today is October 30th, 2020. Tomorrow is Halloween. And guys, I am super, super excited. I hope all of you are looking forward to having a fun Halloween with your family and friends. Michael B., the Game Genie, the one in costume. What are you doing for Halloween? You doing anything exciting?
Man, my kids are all grown. They don't care. Little kids are going to come out the door. I might give them candy. I might throw some rocks at them, some coal. Who knows? I have to figure out what Michael B. does up there in Canada, so...
All I know is Halloween is usually hard in Canada. Hard. All right. Detroit Love. This Detroit Love, or that one, right down there, kitty corner. What do you got going on for Halloween, brother?
Well, my little girl is just about 4 years old, so this is well, we can't really do the full Halloween, but we're gonna go out and see how many people are out, take her out in her costume, and go around and try to get some candy. Like, we're doing pretty good here with the pandemic. Like, there's no cases right now in Newfoundland, so should be fun.
That's awesome, dude. Are you guys going to be handing out Slim Jims, baby? Look at that Slim Jim. Are you going to be handing out Slim Jims?
Where would somebody buy that jacket?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Oh yeah, dig it. All right, P Diddly Dubs. What are you doing for Halloween? You doing anything fun?
No. I'm gonna sit at home and just go through my emails and look at all my cease and desist letters that come at me and stuff like that.
Those are scary. Those are scary.
I thought you were talking like nostalgia, but you're talking like peanuts. You're a jerk. That was awesome. You're a jerk. All right. Speaking of desist, we'll talk about Arcade 1-Up Pinball later. But in the meantime, guys, let's get to the arcade and gaming news. Anything exciting happening this week? What's on your radar, Detroit Love? It don't matter at this point. I don't know. Just someone talk.
No one's gonna talk. Nice, beautiful.
We're all waiting on Detroit Love to talk. What's
Detroit Love.
What's going on, Detroit Love?
We know the dog doesn't have your tongue.
What's the Halloween news item for us, brother?
Oh man, I don't know where to start. How about Arcade 1-Up, the giant joystick Pac-Man? Let's talk about that. Let's start off with a laugh.
Yeah, let's have some fun, guys. And it's all in good fun. They can't get pissed off. I mean, it's a ridiculous product. So, of course, we're going to have fun with it. We mean no harm. I've spent $6,000 on their products over the last 2 years. I can say one product looks like crap.
No, actually,
right,
I've spent $6,000 on their products over the past few years.
All right. So while I'm kind of pulling up this monstrosity, why don't you start telling people about it, Michael B.
Yeah, it's funny because when the scary things was coming on in the intro, I said, I know P Dubs is gonna have that Pac-Man pop up. I mean, it's a good concept. I think the old way was better, even though it was kind of weird. You know, both. I think either way is weird, but I would have preferred it look like a Pac-Man. Then I don't know what that face is on it. That would even look even weirder if you got that behind you, and it's like,
guys, no, think about it, right? Like this Halloween, tomorrow's Halloween, right? Be glad this product is coming out after Halloween, because think about it. If we had this product already today, and it's in the middle of the night, you got to wake up. If you're an old man like me, you got to wake up, go take a piss or something, or go get a glass of water or something, right? You get up and you start stumbling around the house. All of a sudden, the moonlight shines through. The wind, you know, because you probably got your windows open this time of year. The wind blows the curtain. The moonlight comes in, and you see this horror staring at you from your arcade and gaming room. Tell me you're not going to crap your pants and run away screaming. Tell me you're not going to do that.
I don't know why they put that nose on there. It's like, what? You know, Pac-Man doesn't have a nose. Why wouldn't you just have the mouth and the eyes if you're going to have anything? That is just the weirdest looking thing.
All right, so guys, in all honesty, I made a video about this today. Nobody watched it, so it's fine. So I guess we could talk about it. Yeah, this thing to me, it just looks ridiculous. Like, honestly, what it looked like, guys, at CES, it looked really cool with the molded Pac-Man head and all that kind of stuff. And the fact that they changed it, I'm guessing this is just a round ball with a sticker on it. Like, in all honesty, come on! Like, it looks, I don't know. It's just bad. Scary, bad, horrible. You know, a little kids. I had a couple guys who actually did watch my video today, and they actually left me comments saying, you know, P-Dubs, you made a comment in the video that children would run from fright. And guys, go look at the comments from real viewers. And they said, I showed it to my kids, and they said they don't want to touch it. They don't want to play with it. They said it looks too scary. You know what I mean? I think I was right. I think I hit the nail on the head. So let us know your feedback on the joystick, guys. Be honest. This is a safe place. And P. Diddly Dubs, what do you think about the Pac-Man joystick?
I don't know, man. The chosen one in the chat, if you want to highlight that comment, looks super stupid. It's right after the one that you just highlighted. No, keep going down.
That one looks super stupid. Oh, okay.
Looks super stupid. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to describe it. I don't know what they were thinking with that face. I mean, it's just kind of weird. Maybe it's par for the course, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's not something I'm gonna touch. That's for damn sure. we got a lot of good jokes in the chat, guys, but I can only display the ones that are mostly clean. So, but trust me, we hear what you're saying. In all honesty, though, let me get this off here real quick. I thought, what do you guys think about the Atari, though? I mean, I was nice in my video. I think the Atari one looked awesome. What do you guys think about the Atari?
Well, before we talk about the Atari, Mike Hawkhurts in the comments, he hit it right on the nail. He said, "Let's face it, Ralph ruined it for us all." The CES video.
Yeah.
Well, with that face, it's even better now.
Yeah,
Well-
like I said,
Yeah.
That's
doesn't help.
the thing. That's the thing. The mouth is still in the exact same position, so really, it's accomplished nothing.
hmm
right, just makes them more giddy happy about it.
Yeah. I'm hoping that was supposed to be a nose on Pac-Man.
It is.
You guys there's a lot of perverted comments in the chat. You guys are hilarious.
I would like to see someone actually take the image of that and turn that into an emoji, and that's the new creeper face emoji that we can all
my
use.
Now I found out today when I was watching the Retro Buzz, they said this thing is going to retail for $100. Is that correct, gentlemen?
How much?
$199.99. 100. That just seems really high for this stuff. I don't know. Let me guys know in the chat. Am I off my rocker? Is $100 fair? If it's fair, put it in the chat.
I mean, they are charging like $40 or $50 for that mini console thing. That's worth $15. So
Right.
I mean,
And that
maybe.
thing, that thing
Yeah.
has to have some substantial weight for it, not to just flop over. So it's-
Oh god.
I think that's why they have the step-on pad too, Carl,
Mm-hmm.
to actually keep it stabilized. So I don't think weight is an issue.
Yeah. Well, but let's be honest, guys. And the Atari one looks really cool. Like it looks really, really cool. I'm excited about it. Now, I don't know what the full games list is yet. I think they said some of the games, it might have Centipede, it might have Millipede, it might have Asteroids. How do you play Asteroids on this thing without a spinner?
I don't know about you guys. I've not had any urge to play like Atari 2600 games.
I've never had an urge to play Atari 2600 games.
Yeah, I mean, none of those games. I'm like, oh, even like I don't know if you guys remember in television. You guys, anybody remember in television? I mean, that was sweet back then, but I would have no urge to go back and play that today. So I don't know. So I wouldn't buy that. I mean, it looks nice, but
Well, see, I think what they've done with this design, and sorry to jump in there. I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking really hard on this. The Pac-Man was designed obviously for guys, and maybe this was designed for somebody to sit on. I'm not sure.
Oh God, dude, come on, that was a little inappropriate. All right, the Rexer Show says 2600 rocks and television holds up. Now, a lot of folks, I guess, I mean, maybe we should try and look at it this way. Maybe this product, just like the HDMI consoles, is not marketed towards this particular gaming community. This is once again just another Christmas present for folks that's got Arcade 1-Up's name on it. That people, it's a novelty item, kind of like that micro console. What do you think, Detroit Love down there in the bottom corner? But you have to talk like Detroit Love in your reply.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think there is Atari 2600. I'm trying to say it right. I'm sorry about my errors. I think there are Atari 26. There are Atari 2600.
Oh yeah.
There are Atari 2600 fans out there that would like
sure.
something like this in the side of the room, like super fans. These are the same people that bought the VCS because they're such big Atari fans. I mean, if they're going to buy that, why wouldn't they buy a giant controller?
Jamie, who is still a guy and is still going to be a guy this Halloween, says that it's Detroit Love worst impersonation.
That's fair. That's fair.
I like what Derek wrote. He said it's a collector's type showpiece. I mean, that's what these are. I mean, these are mostly for show.
Yeah.
You're probably hardly ever going to play them. Your kids aren't going to play them. Your kids are going to run away screaming whenever you pull them out. But, well, you think your kid's going to play it, Michael D?
Yeah, absolutely. Pac-Man, even with that face, because I think that's the face from some of the cartoon images. Like I got a bunch of stuff from back in the day, old Pac-Man merch, and I have seen that face before. Yeah, my daughter would love that. She would think that's the coolest thing ever. She'd be trying to wiggle that head around. I do think kids would like that.
Well, don't forget, we're a bunch of wusses here in the United States. Our kids are a bunch of wusses, so they're not as brave as the tough folks in Canada. P diddly dubs. What's on your brain, P diddly dubs? And I love the glasses, by the way. You should have still shaved the cheeks, man. You should have gone full goatee. I do like the backwards hat.
I couldn't do the whole beard, man. I couldn't. I don't want to go looking like you for an entire week. It'd be embarrassing.
Oh, would that be so bad? Hey man, I got catcalled today. I'm driving my Beamer. I got the top down. It's a beautiful 70, 80 degree day here in Arizona. This is the time of year to come to Arizona and play. I got the top down, driving to the gas station, and sure enough, pull into the gas station, got the shades on, not these shades, my other shades, music blaring, top down, BMW, all shiny and nice. Sure enough, a girl at the gas station's like, "Hi, how you doing?" You know, as I pull in, you know what I mean?
It's
So
that
it's like,
bandana.
so don't go
Don't
thinking P-dubs can't get you some excellence of execution. You know what I'm saying there?
I think
you know,
I think he had your nostalgia hat on.
That's probably what it was.
That's
He
what
was
happened.
He was
She
wearing the
ran off
sweater and
with
the
it.
hat.
and the hairy knuckles. All right. So
Now you're gonna have
what-
to change your story because once your wife gets hold of that story, she's gonna want to know where that hat is and sweat it.
She don't care. My wife is hilarious. She don't care. Okay, so what else we got on the plate here? So have you heard anything from the Neo Geo folks? Anything from Neo Geo MVSX? Have you guys heard anything or anyone in the chat? I don't think I've really heard anything. Reviews have been coming out like crazy. I was supposed to get a review cabinet. It was supposed to ship out a couple weeks ago to me, and it never left. Apparently, it's still sitting at its last destination. So don't know why.
Mine's being picked up on Monday.
Yep.
So it's coming my way by mid this week, I think.
Yep. And so hopefully I'll get it. They said Jay and them over there, they're working on trying to get me one because the other one got lost, and they're actually really upset it got lost because it had a bunch of signatures on it and they were going to auction it off, and now unit is lost and now they have nothing to auction off. So I know Jay and the team at Neo Geo are a little upset it got lost, but it never got picked up. It never got sent to me. So, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, stuff happens in the world, man. You know, first world problems. But that product is, what are you laughing at, man? You're always laughing.
Somebody just wrote in the comment section, Steven legit looks 10 years more mature. Thank you.
What happens when you wear the glasses? You know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
That's not
So
a
really-
good thing. Maybe. I don't know if it's a good thing.
Really, on the Neo Geo front, not a whole lot to report. We're hopefully those products are going to be shipping in a few weeks. Is it Michael B? Excuse me. Detroit Love, I mean, or one of you.
Yeah,
This is so.
I think so. There's I am supposed to get a review unit too, but I mean, we're right at that deadline where the unit's going to be out. So I don't know.
All right. Very cool.
And I was this close to convincing them to let me do the official teardown on it. This close. I was
And then what
talking to Jay and I was like, come on, let me do it on my channel. That I do this stuff all the time. I would love to do a teardown, show the boards, show the internal components, do all that fun stuff.
Mhm.
And you know what he told me?
What?
I would have given it to you if you had messaged me a little bit sooner because he promised it to somebody else. I don't know who that person is.
Do the
But-
teardown?
Yeah, somebody is going to get to do a teardown on that thing, and it's not going to be me.
It's already
hope-
happened.
Well, you
It's
know,
already happened.
Like a legitimate teardown?
Yeah.
Who did it?
Yeah. I can't remember the name. It's not a channel I normally watch. It seems to be a bigger channel, but yeah, they took it apart on their video. I watched it 2 nights ago. Completely took it apart.
Well,
and they show the PCB board and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, who was that?
well,
Or
maybe they're the ones who had permission then, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're the ones.
Well,
Here
hey,
we are.
If that's already out, then maybe I'll
All
reach out and say, hey, it's already been done. Let me do it anyways.
All right, we got close to 100 people watching us, and we look like 4 catty girls on a phone call. So let's move on. Folks want the news, not our gossip. In all honesty, though, in my opinion, if they did do a teardown, I think they should send it to ETA Prime, like back to ETA Prime, or have Nostalgia do it as well. In my personal opinion, anyone else who does a teardown, I would prefer those two guys to do it. Okay, let's move on. All right, so let's talk about the world of Toy Shock. So Toy Shock Pinball, they did announce last week that they found a way to further improve the flipper delay, and now the boards are going to be called the 1.3 boards. So the board I have, and I'm the only one that has a 1.2 board, that board is actually not the best board. So the 1.3 boards are going to be coming out here very, very soon.
I know they're working really hard on it. And what was cool about that was when I got the 1.2 board, I did some videos for it and stuff. I showed you how to install it. I showed some gameplay and stuff. And, the original Toy Shock board was running like 30 frames per second, but it had like a 9 to 10 frame delay on the flippers, right? Now, for me, who at that time, a year ago, was more of a casual VPin gamer, as well as for a lot of just regular people out there, they're like, yeah, it's fine. You get used to it after a few minutes. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. But then again, more hardcore, serious gamers, folks like that, all were like, you know what? This just isn't right. It plays bad, blah, blah, blah. So the 1.2 board comes out, and they did get the game up to 60 frames per second, which is awesome. And they did reduce the flipper lag. And those were the exact words I said in my video. Did not say it was eliminated, said it's been greatly improved. It's been reduced. They got it from like 9-10 frames down to like 4 or 5 frames. Still not perfect, but definitely a much more enjoyable experience. And I figured it was going to end there, but lo and behold, these new 1.3 boards, actually, they said they got it down to a more targeted 2-frame delay, which is really good for virtual pinballs. So I think if I'm happy with the 1.2, I think everyone is going to be really happy with the 1.3 whenever those boards actually ship out. Go ahead, Michael B.
So 2 questions. So the people who ordered the new replacement, they're going to get the 1.3, I'm assuming.
Yep,
Is that so? And the second question, when can we expect to have these in online for purchase from Toy Shock? Any idea?
Are you talking about like the newer machines? Like if you
Yes.
don't own a Toy Shock today?
Right.
I haven't heard exactly. They keep, every time I've asked them, they tell me November. And in fact, Linda Falke herself put on the Facebook fan page yesterday that they'll be in store. They'll be back in stores in the US here in November. So I can't tell you November 10th, 20th, whatever, sometime in November. And let's kind of talk about this, since we're kind of also want to talk a little bit about pinball tonight. Is if you guys are going to be looking for a cost-effective pinball solution, $600 is too high, $550 is too high. This improved product, we all know the Toy Shock is built like a tank. You know what I mean? That is and even though it has a glass, like no one ever said my glass arrived shattered. The packing and all that stuff is really well done. I mean, now that the boards are going to be even better than what I thought they were going to be, the 1.3, it does seem like it would be a viable solution for casual VPin fans. If you're thinking of maybe, hey, it's just a toy, or maybe even if what is it? I think more for cost and size and space. You know what I mean? Like, because that At Games pinball machine is going to be $600, and it's a lot bigger. You know what I mean? It's a lot bigger. So
at the end of the day, the Toy Shock is still a really nice cabinet, and it's better than playing pinball on an iPad or on your phone or some of the other, or even a Switch. It's just nice to be able to stand up at a cabinet and be able to play some pinball. So it's a nice entry level VPin.
Yeah. I want to hear what the 2 guys on the bottom think about this. But in my opinion, I think overall, if you look at the landscape of virtual pinball, I think there's something for everybody, right? Like if you can't really afford the more high-end, super high-end with all the bells and whistles, you have stuff like the Toy Shock, right? To get you in, get you something fun to play. It's going to run great. It's built great. It's going to last a long time. And then, of course, as you scale yourself up, like I want a full pinball machine with all the features. You have the At Games. If you want something kind of in between the Toy Shock and the At Games, you have the Arcade 1-Up. And then you have this other one, this Well Played, which, there's a lot of unanswered questions about the Well Played pinball machine. So for the 2 gentlemen on the bottom, what do you think about all that? Do you think like there's a pinball machine for everybody this holiday season? So I think everybody should be excited. And I think the companies should be excited, and maybe a little less competitive. You know what I mean? Because there's plenty of pinball for plenty of people. What do you think, buddy?
Okay, go ahead, Detroit Love. It's on you, bud.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really big sandbox. There's room for everybody. Different people want different things. I mean, At Games came hard. Their pinball machine looks so good. It's so big. It's so much value for what you're actually getting. But at the same time, I've heard so many people talk about issues with room in their arcade rooms or in their basements, wherever they keep their cabinets. Maybe a Toy Shock would fit better. And I mean, it's going to work really well. If you really like those Gottlieb games, that's a great alternative. I don't know anything about Well Played's pinball table. I mean, no one's seen video. It's like the real Detroit Love says all the time, it's vaporware right now. We know a little bit about the Zachariah tables. I mean, you can go scope those and see if you're interested in playing them, but they're even older than some of the Gottlieb. So if you're not interested in Gottlieb, I don't know if you're going to be interested in the Zachariah. So I don't know. We've got to see something from them at some point. I mean, it's so crazy to think they're going to go to market with no information out right now about their product and no history based on their product.
I have emailed them 3 times and nothing but crickets. Nothing but crickets. No response. Their website is still not up to date. I did pre-order their product out of sheer morbid curiosity, which I talked about on a show the other day. And also, to kind of see what it's all about. See if we can get some information out there for some folks. But
the only one I didn't mention, I want to be fair here because I'm really excited about this. The Arcade 1-Up pinball, I mean, that's going to have Zen tables. That looks really good. That Attack from Mars, that lineup on that Attack from Mars, oh, beautiful. Yeah. I'm so excited about that. It looks like a real pinball table. It's got, recreations of real pinball tables, and what an awesome lineup. So I'm excited for that one too.
Yeah, Attack from Mars is definitely the best of the tables available or the cabinets available from Arcade 1-Up. I mean, every game on there is a winner. I'm seeing the comments, people saying something about Funhouse maybe being pulled from that. I don't know what they would replace that with. Have any idea what that
Hurricane.
10th game would be? Hurricane. Okay, that's a bummer because Funhouse, I really like Funhouse. Yeah. But there's still a nice collection overall. I say all the time, I got nearly 300 tables on this cabinet back here, and I only really play a dozen, if that, that I really enjoy playing. So if you can get, the Zachariah, that one has 27 games on it. Some are the EM, and most of them are the SS. But if you can get a good 10 games that you like playing, it's well worth the money. You know what I mean? Toy Shock with improvements. If you can get some games out of there you like, I don't think you can lose by getting one of these pinball cabinets in your house. But I like that there's a lot of options and different levels. But the way I look at it, push come to shove, mod the thing and put whatever you want to put in there, so.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in the comments are talking about Funhouse being removed. You got to understand, there's only 10 tables that are going to be on Attack from Mars. Zen has only done, I think it's like 20, 25, 27 games at this point. So, I mean, they've got to have another marquee to put on their next Bally Williams table, and Funhouse is that title. I thought it was going to be Medieval Madness. I didn't expect to see Medieval Madness on this table, but maybe Funhouse is going to be their next marquee, and that's why it was removed.
P. Diddly Dubs, you've been quiet, man. Chime in here while I pull some stuff up here for folks.
Well, I don't have a ton to say about this. There's obviously 4 people entering the market, or I guess one of them is already in the market. But they're coming in at different price points. The well played is kind of the wild card right now. Zachariah tables, I did end up downloading some of them, trying them out to kind of see exactly what it was. And they are fun. Like, they're good tables. They are recreations of original tables. And if you're into that sort of thing, I mean, the tables that they've got they're pretty good tables. The Toy Shock table is really good for entry level people. Somebody who doesn't want to commit to $550 or a higher price point at $399. That's kind of a really easy sell. I don't want to say it's an impulse buy, but it's a more of an impulse buy than any of the other ones. You've got At Games coming in with the kind of the bigger table, and then we have Arcade 1-Up that's coming in with like mainstream IP. So, we're looking at Star Wars, we're looking at Marvel, we're looking at a whole bunch of other guys too. So you really, I'm just going to wait and see. That's kind of how I feel. I'm going to try my best to get as many of them as I can to take them apart, to look at them and see how well they play. But that's it for me. I don't have anything negative to say about anybody right now.
Go ahead. He raised his hand like Michael B. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, here's the thing that most people have to consider. And I did a video on this earlier in the week. The reality is, when we all purchased these arcade one-up cabinets, that first cabinet we all said, I can't, where am I gonna get the money for this thing? I can't afford this. I don't know if it's worth the money. And we dragged that purchase out, and then we have all these cabinets. We have all these cabinets, you know what I mean? So and the pinball is not going to be any different. We gonna scratch our head, and I don't know, but I can guarantee you this: whatever cabinet you buy is not going to be the last dollar you put into pinball.
Well, let
You know what I
me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that pinball will be accepted within the community in the same way that the other arcades have been, like the arcade one-ups, where people are just like, I'm going to get as many as I can? Or do you think pinball is going to be more of a reserved purchase where they're buying, maybe 2 or 3 of their favorites, and if they even have space for that, and that's it?
I don't know. All I care about is me.
Go ahead, Detroit Love. You sound like you had something on your
Yeah,
mind.
so Nostalgia, we've talked about this a lot personally. Like the way Arcade 1-Up came out so high with these arcade machines like behind me is the fact that they were really modeled after classic arcade cabinets. So it wasn't about just, going out and getting a number of machines they had. You were building a classic arcade in your home. But these tables, aside from Attack from Mars that Arcade 1-Up are selling now, are really not anything that is based off of classic arcade. So I don't know. I think there's still people that are fanatic about Arcade 1-Up enough. They'll want to get every table, but it doesn't have the same feel to me. And maybe that's just personal preference. I want Attack from Mars because it looks like a real pinball table. And if they do more that look like real pinball table, maybe I'd add a second Arcade 1-Up table. But it seems like the way pinball's going, this seems like a one-shot deal. Like if anybody's going to get pinball, it looks like it's going to be one table. Everything outside of Arcade 1-Up seems to be a multi-table deal.
No, and listen to my words. I didn't say that people are going to buy additional cabinets. I said it's not going to be the last dollar they put into pinball. And so what I'm saying is, once you get bit by the pinball bug, you're going to want to play bigger and better tables. And unless they have an ecosystem into it where people can buy additional tables, they're going to be modding those things. They're going to be looking at ways to be able to play different games, because most of these tables are really entry level. There's some really nice tables out there to play. And so I don't think anybody's going to be satisfied with just playing those handful of tables, period. Once they get bit by the bug, they're going to either want to buy a different table, or they want to buy another table they can mod and play around and leave the, one cabinet there. But I don't think it's the last dollars that they're going to put in it. Mark my word.
All right, let's keep moving here, guys. So, for instance, the one thing that I personally have been requesting is let's get the final specs in writing, right? So we finally got those on the Arcade 1-Up website. So we have a 23.8-inch LCD playfield. However, the one thing I noticed is they didn't confirm if this is 1080p or 720p. Typically, these 24-inch monitors, probably 720p. Wouldn't you say so, P. Diddly Dubs? You're kind of more of an expert on this stuff than I am. Wouldn't you assume that this is a 720p?
I think I would I don't know that I would assume that it's going to be a 720p monitor, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I think when you're going with a 24-inch monitor, that 720p is perfectly fine. Obviously, there's going to be some people who say, we want 1080p, we want 4K. But the reality of the situation is, in a device like this, with a monitor that small, you can get away with 720p, and the average consumer won't be able to tell much of a difference between 720p and 1080p,
right,
unless you're stacking them up side by side.
Real quick, we got a super chat from Tim, $5. What's up, dudes and dudettes? We didn't have Arcade 1-Ups when I was young. I have to steal my mom's quarters and hike it up to the arcade, and he walked uphill both ways. Let's remember that. Yeah, and in all honesty too, because the monitor that the Toy Shock uses, let me take this off. The monitor that the Toy Shock uses is a different brand. It's a Panda brand, right? And it's a 1080p monitor, but we all firmly believe that it's actually outputting the games as 720p. You know what I mean? So the games don't look bad in 720p. We're not saying they're going to look bad for Arcade 1-Up. It's just, just one more factoid to be aware of is there's potential that's the resolution. Go ahead, bud.
Well, I just want to say with my modified Toy Shock, I have the original monitor in there, and with my VPX tables, those things look awesome. That monitor, it really looks nice from every angle. I just hope that Arcade One doesn't put in those monitors that fade out from the side views and all that, like they put in the other cabinets, because that would be really lousy on a pinball table.
The screen in the back box is 7.5 and 59 inches tall, haptic flippers and all that kind of stuff. Did anybody see the video released on the Arcade One Up YouTube channel today, where they actually showed some gameplay and like how the tilt and nudge works and all that kind of stuff? I got to be honest, although looking at the body of the machine, the body looked pretty much a similar size as the Toy Shock. It appeared to be much taller, you know what I mean? Which, although this is not a full-size pinball machine, it definitely looked to be at a really good height from what I saw in that video. Would you guys agree? Like, I mean, the kids could barely see over it, and the guy in the video, like, he was standing up straight playing the game. He wasn't all hunched over like I'm hunched over my Toy Shock sometimes. So I honestly think that the... Go ahead.
You didn't know they're going to sell risers.
Oh, stop it. They're not going to sell risers for their pinball machine. What is that?
What's what?
Oh, you're watching the video. Sorry, it was coming through the audio. Okay, so adjustable volume, dual speakers, adjustable legs, and it weighs 90 pounds. It's actually a little bit heavier than I thought it was going to weigh. But yeah, these are the specs, and we do have the games list right here for the Marvel cabinets. Obviously, X-Men, Thor. I think we're missing the Infinity Gauntlet game, which would have been perfect for this.
No Iron Man.
This Marvel Women Power A-Force, I actually really like this game. Like, I never wanted to play it because I was like, it's not my style. I want to play the games with all my favorite superheroes. But I actually played this game on Steam a bunch, and actually I really like this table. I really do. Ghost Rider, Venom, Fantastic Four, and Fear itself. I mean, we're missing, there's a couple, like they don't have Moon Knight in here. They got a few that we're missing, but I mean, overall, I think it's a pretty good lineup, They're probably saving a couple of the other really best of the best ones maybe for the next machine, like Michael B was saying. Yeah, there's no Avengers, which is weird. Like, I figured they would have put the Avengers Infinity Gauntlet one on here. It's not on here. What do you guys think of the games list? Are you guys familiar with these games? Do you guys play them as often as I do on Steam or anything like that? If not, that's okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad list of games, no doubt. They're like video games. Yep. I mean, that whole lineup is just not old school pinball. You know what I mean? So I think it appeals to people who hadn't played those old games. You know what I mean? So I think the market is great that you have both sides of the coin. So people who like more of the video integrated into it and easier gameplay, because you don't have to worry about the ball shooting down the middle as quickly. So it's not my cup of tea. The Attack from Mars is definitely a better table for me, but there's an audience for it, no doubt.
Yeah, they're trying to hit different market segments, and let's all be realistic here. When was the last time pinball was even remotely mainstream? It was probably in the 90s, so that Attack from Mars table hits our demographic really well, but it's going to be a different sell to kids and younger people, and that's where Marvel and Star Wars comes in. So, it's not something for me, but I think it's going to sell really well, and I think maybe it'll bring new eyes on the whole pinball hobby, and maybe we'll get more tables. So nothing's bad here. This is all good.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think you're going to be disappointed either way. It just stinks that we can't, purchase and download more games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then how do they sell more tables?
Yeah, I think it's important that they get these tables in these stores, whether it's Sam's Club or Costco or Walmart, to be able for people to touch them, because I think if people play these things, they're going to want it without a doubt. I see people at the Sam's Club all the time with the At Games demo that's there, and people are like, oh man, this is just when I, it's nothing like when you hadn't seen these things and hadn't played. We got all these cabinets and it's nothing to us anymore. But for the mass majority of people, they don't have any of these things in their homes, and to be able to walk up into a store and be able to play it, they would definitely sell them. But looks like online is going to be the push for most of them.
Now let's talk about something actually really, really cool. And I got to tell you guys all know this entire pinball journey we've all been on. The one I've been the most excited about was the Star Wars pinball machine. However, some of my favorite games have been omitted from this 10-game list. We're missing Return of the Jedi, and that is a huge, huge miss in my opinion. That is probably one of the best Star Wars V-Pin tables. I'll argue with anyone about it. It is a wonderful table to play on. So much fun. And the deeper you get into the game, you actually feel like you are helping save the galaxy. And not having that included, I think, is a huge miss. But minus Star Wars, let's get back to Star Wars. Let's talk about something really positive. The Attack from Mars games list. Epic. And I'm going to put it up on the screen here, guys. Now, although there was a last-minute change where Funhouse got removed. Let me see if I could zoom in for everybody. I'll get this off of here. Can we get all of them on here? You got Attack from Mars. Fantastic game. Fishtails. Fantastic game. Junkyard is probably one of the games I just don't like. I never play it. Like, I can't get into Junkyard. Medieval Madness. I mean, come on. That game is awesome. Whitewater.
P-dubs.
Go ahead.
Where it says the Getaway, there was also an edit there because that's not the Getaway. It's High Speed, the Getaway 2.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, of course, they took out Funhouse, and what did they replace it with, Michael B? What did they replace it with?
Hurricane.
Yeah, so Funhouse is stinks that it's not going to be on here. But, guys, this is a really good list. And in all honesty, I'm actually thinking about switching from Star Wars to Attack from Mars because this lineup is going to be a lot of fun, and it's a great mixture of games, different style games. You know what I mean? Think about it. If you're playing on the Star Wars machine, right? Every single game is Star Wars or Star Wars related. What if you get sick and tired of hearing da 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 da? Like if it wears on you or it annoys you. What's cool about this table is all of these are different genres, different styles, different kinds of games. This is great. Michael B, go ahead. I know you're hyped for this table.
Real Michael B or
Detroit Love, the artist formerly known as Michael B. How about that?
Okay, yeah, this is the table I've wanted all along. I'm very, very, very excited about this list. I saw in the comments earlier, when are we going to get them in Canada? We're going to receive them Q1, we're being told. And yes, Attack from Mars will be available, even though it's website specific in the States. We're going to get it at retail through the brick. However, I've been told we're going to get very limited numbers. The high numbers are for Star Wars and Marvel, so very limited numbers going to retail at the brick in Canada. Look for Q1.
We did get a $5 super chat from Ben Salazar. We need Detroit Love to make us a cardboard copy of the Legends Pinball. Yeah, why haven't you done that yet? You did that. That's what you need to do. Take your Toy Shock, and I want you to build us an arcade 1-up out of cardboard and a toy and an At Games out of cardboard so people can see the differences. Can you do that?
I'm on it.
Yeah, he's gonna do it, everybody. All right.
I just threw out all my boxes. I have to buy a lot of new stuff then. Get some boxes.
Oh my
also,
God.
I did want to jump back in. I'm sorry for a second. There's also been some concern that you won't be able to turn off the animations, that it'll just be the modern versions of the game. And Zero Hero, who's here in the chat, had a conversation with Mel Kirk over Twitter, and he confirmed that the uncensored versions will be, I think that's the right word for it, they will be available on the table. So it looks like we can turn off the animations, but if Zero Hero is still here, he'll be able to correct me on whether or not I'm wrong there.
But I must say, the Attack from Mars and even Fishtails, those two I've played quite a bit on Steam. Their animation is really low key compared to some of the other games, the Star Wars and the Marvel games. So I didn't mind it as much. The Fishtails, it was a little repetitive there, but it's still not as bad as the other ones. But still great games. But I prefer the old school ones.
Okay. P. Diddley Dubs, aka Nostalgia. What are you thinking about this?
I think the table that appeals most to me, which is the one I think I've liked all along, is Attack from Mars. I think that to be completely honest, I think that is going to be the table that a lot of people are going to jump on, and maybe Arcade One Up may not be prepared for the demand on that one, because since all of this has kind of come out over the past few days, probably the number one thing I keep seeing people say is Attack from Mars. That's the winner. And a lot of people are saying, well, like, I was going to buy Star Wars. No, I'm going to buy Attack from Mars now. And I think what's going to end up happening is that Attack from Mars is going to sell out stupid fast. It's going to be available, and then it's just not going to be available. And I think it's going to be a race to the finish to see, who's going to be able to actually pre-order one of those guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And just like Mike or Detroit Love was saying there, Junkyard and Red and Ted, those two for me, the balls just seem to go out of play too much, and you're hitting things that doesn't touch as much. But the other ones are great, and that's what people really don't know until they get their cabinet. Is there's some tables that really look nice that aren't very fun to play. You all you're doing is keeping the ball from going out, and you're not hitting targets. And some games are just awesome to play. So I encourage everybody to take a look on YouTube or Steam and play the games that you think you might want to buy, because there's nothing like getting that, and then those are the only tables that's stuck on that thing and you don't like playing them. So at least see the games and play them if you can a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. So you guys are still leaning, but you're leaning more towards Attack from Mars, right? Or if you three had to choose just one, and also everyone in the chat, you only have $550. You can only buy one. Which one are you buying? Attack from Mars, Star Wars, or Marvel? Detroit Love right below me here. Which one are you going to get? Attack from Mars?
I'm Michael B, and my vote is for Attack from Mars.
Okay. And
it's your boy, Detroit Love, and I was always going to get Attack from Mars. This was my day one choice. Nothing's changed. It's just got more solidified.
All right.
P diddly dubs.
Yeah, what about you down there?
So sorry, what was the question? I was too busy going through all my cease and desists.
Oh, stop it. You only have $550. Which one are you going to buy?
It was for sure Attack from Mars. It's always been Attack from Mars.
Now, everyone is saying Attack from Mars. Now, guys, let me ask you and be honest. Has it always been Attack from Mars, or did it change once the games lists were revealed? Put that in the chat, everybody, because what's funny is we've done these shows and we've asked this question, and we've asked people. We've said, "Hey guys, do us a favor. Which one do you want to buy?" And Attack from Mars was not that popular. Everyone was like Star Wars or Marvel, right? Now I look at the chat. Everyone says Attack from Mars. Why is that, guys? Is it the game list that made you change your mind? Or what? What's going on there? Let me know.
Well, mine was always Attack from Mars. I had no interest in Star Wars. Just not my cup of tea. Marvel, I got Spider-Man back there. I love Spider-Man, but I'm not a fan of that version of Spider-Man that's on that Marvel table at all. I like this one here that I have, the Amazing Spider-Man. So Attack from Mars, I was excited just for that. That's one of my favorite games. And now that I see the game list, I'm like, man, that's a hit, home run, out the park.
Yep, a lot of people. This is great. Looking at the comments, guys. Thanks so much for your honest feedback. If Arcade One Up is watching, they need this honest feedback. And a lot of the fans watching said that once the games list was revealed, they switched. So what does that tell you? That tells you that something's missing. So when I look at Star Wars, which, as you guys know, Star Wars is the one I've been hyped for. When I take a look at this games list, we have a couple of things, a couple of mistakes in this lineup, I think, and this is just in my personal opinion. When it comes to the tables that have been adapted from TV shows, there's two of them. There's the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. In all honesty, the Clone Wars, in my opinion, is a much better table than Star Wars Rebels. So I think if they had flip-flopped that, I would have been a little bit happier when it comes, because what they did is they tried to give us a selection of tables from the movies, from the TV shows, as well as, kind of like the one-offs, if you will. So yeah, I think that if they went with Star Wars clones instead of Clone Wars instead of Rebels, that would have been better. Also, when it comes to the movies, they included The Force Awakens, which, in my opinion, out of the movies,
was the best movie they made.
it was like in all honesty, if they swapped this with the Rogue One table, I would have been super stoked because the Rogue One table, in my opinion, far superior than the Force Awakens.
You're wrong. The Force Awakens was by far the best Star Wars movie ever made.
No, Rogue One put the wars back into Star Wars. Rogue One is the movie that gave Darth Vader his balls back. I mean, come on, man. And then when it go ahead.
No, you go ahead because I'm going to come in afterwards.
All right. Now, when it comes to the one-off game, now here's a couple. Now, we're missing Return of the Jedi, and that's huge, right? So you could have replaced Force Awakens with Return of the Jedi. But here's a great game, and I don't think this game gets as much love as it needs. Guys, if you've never played Masters of the Force, play Masters of the Force. You guys are going to love it. Half the table is the light side, half the table is the dark side, and it has all the characters, like all the Jedi, all the Sith from all the movies. It is an amazing game, and I'm so happy that they included that on this right here. However, Octo Island, oh my god, this is the corniest, silliest game, in my opinion, out of the entire lineup. Should have been removed, and they should have put Starfighter Assault. Starfighter Assault is an awesome game with all kinds of awesome mini games built in, and it would have been a better selection. So, like, you can nitpick this stuff to death, and you could say, out of 10 games, 7 are really good, 3 aren't so great. I mean, but then again, it's going to be to each his own, right? In the end, it's all Star Wars. Go ahead, Michael B. You're chomping at the bit.
Well,
which one?
Detroit you're Detroit Love. We'll get to you next because he said Michael B. None of these games lists mean anything if they're not presented correctly. You know what I mean? And so we're not going to know until gameplay comes. Just like Toy Shock had the issue with lag. Hopefully, that's not an issue with these things. Hopefully people don't jump out and get a table and be dissatisfied. So I hope they put the right efforts into these tables so that we can buy these things with confidence and have no issues. Because, boy, that would be a bummer if these things suck to play.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't think any of these are going to be bad to play. I'm pretty sure that at games, Well Played, Toy Shock, Arcade 1-Up, everybody is making sure they don't screw that up. Everyone is really making sure they don't screw that up. I can't see any of these tables coming out to market and having poor gameplay. At least nothing that's running natively. I think that's all going to be very fine-tuned. So this is I mean, they're neck and neck right now. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see how it goes down.
Yep. All these companies have been working for over a year on getting this stuff perfected and ready for us. All the studios as well as the gaming companies they partnered with. So I think whichever one you pick, you're going to have a good experience. It's just, it's what's your flavor? What is it you're looking for out of your pinball machine? Hold on a second here.
Detroit Love.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So as much as I see a lot of people in the comments making these comments, there seems to be a lot of appetite for original tables. And I'll ask the question, Arcade 1-Up has signed an exclusive deal with Zen. Zen only have so many classic tables. What do they do? How do they meet that demand? I think as much as I want to say that, I also got to remember they also have to sell these to retailers, and retailers don't know what Attack from Mars are. Retailers probably wouldn't even know what Terminator. Well, they know Terminator 2, but what I'm saying is that's why Marvel and Star Wars are in mass quantity and they are getting done. That's an easy sell to a Walmart. That's an easy sell to a Costco. I don't think the classic pinball tables, as much as we would all prefer them and we want to see them, are easy to sell to retailers. And I think that's a lot of the problem why they're not focusing on that, even though there seems to be such a demand from us retro gamers.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, Nostalgia.
Yeah.
You might want to turn around, bro, because something's been happening throughout the entire show. And
What is that? That was not there when the show started. Are you not creeped out?
You look like the Pac-Man, the new arcade Pac-Man.
Am I the
Batman's-
only one that
Batman's
noticed
plan.
that the Batman kept creeping closer and closer to nostalgia throughout the show? What the heck? Oh my god, that thing is possessed. Good
Yeah.
lord. Woo. Good lord. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. I'm exhausted talking about pinball. Like it's so exhausting talking about pinball. Guys, here's your summary. There's pinball coming out. Go buy one. There you go. Oh wait, no, I do want to talk about one quick thing though. I think they said that some of these pinball machines are going to be available at Walmart. Do you guys know which one or anything like that for the viewers?
Yeah,
Because
so
the Marvel's at GameStop, but it's already sold out. So, but they said that there's going to be some at Walmart. Guys, let us know which tables are going to be at Walmart.
everything except for Attack from Mars.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'll wait until one of these bad boys is at Walmart, and then I'll place a pre-order. We'll see what's up.
I'm waiting for it to be at Sam's Club because it's going to be better and cheaper.
And probably have light up buttons and a topper on top of the
Right.
cabinet, on top of the back box, and all that kind of stuff.
That's not the real scoop. You got to wait for the Nebraska Furniture Mart version.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So enough about pinball. So what else we got going on? What else is going on?
We got the Outrun cabinet leak or leak.
Yeah,
Wasn't really a leak. Obviously, if it was a leak, it would have been pulled down pretty quick. But an intentional leak, I guess it would be called.
Yeah, guys. So racing is on its way to us. So At Games announced they're going to have a racing wheel accessory, but we haven't heard anything since the announcement. So if I had a guess, I would say not going to see that until 2021. But Arcade 1-Up is going to be releasing an Outrun racing cabinet, and it looks like are we going to have that before Christmas? Michael B, what do you know about all that stuff?
Well, I don't know anything. I'm going by all assumptions. I think in the U.S., there's a very good possibility you guys will have it before Christmas. I think that it'd be crazy for them to wait, and there'll be quite the appetite for it. I know here in Canada, we're not getting it before Q1, Q2, somewhere around that territory.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I'm excited about it. I think the artwork on the render looks good. It's gonna. I mean, it looks like an Outrun cabinet. You know what I mean? We're missing the Ferrari. Is that what you're going to say, Michael B?
For a sit down, I want a Ferrari. If it's a stand up, I'm fine with the cabinet. But if I'm sitting down, I want the ridiculous Ferrari.
Well, I would like to have a racing cabinet. So the Outrun games are fun. I might as well grab one of those. Like I said in my video the other day. So I think I might get one of those whenever they come out. The question is do these things actually have racing pedals, or is it just kind of like a gear shift? Like, does anybody know? Has anyone heard anything? Seen any comments, tweets?
No, the only thing I really noticed is on the render that was displayed. Obviously, it was a very low res render. It was intentionally done that way. It doesn't look like it's the proper aspect ratio, but I did notice that the kick, or where the kick plate would normally be on an Arcade 1-Up machine, the 4 titles seem to be stacked in the top quarter of that panel. So I'm wondering if maybe there's something going on underneath where they've got, a cutout or something, so that maybe they've got some I don't know, pedals in there. Maybe they don't. I have no idea. I do tend to agree with a lot of people that are saying Outrun should have been a stand-up. I think maybe that would have been just the easier thing to do. And then if they decided to do another racing cabinet, like, I don't know, Cruisin' USA or Daytona USA or something like that, make that into a proper sit-down cabinet with the proper force feedback. I feel like maybe that would have been the better way to go, in my opinion. But, I mean, this is a very inexpensive and easy way for them to make a sit-down cabinet by recycling the bench from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay. Then recycling the bench from Star Wars. That's pretty funny.
Well, that's what they're doing.
Well, they have the mold. They're like, what? You're a tracer, man. We just need to trace it. Trace it out. You're a tracer.
So I've mentioned this before. Is anybody else concerned about, and I know I'm probably the only person who's like this, concerned about having all your cabinets on risers and then having a sit-down cab lower? Wouldn't that look weird to anyone else, or am I just being too picky?
You're being too picky.
You're being too picky.
Think about it this way. You now have a Legends
You're an
Ultimate.
awful human being.
Yeah.
So put your Legends Ultimate next to your Arcade 1-Ups. Does it look really out of place or not really?
Yeah, and your burger time, that's totally shaped different. Does that look weird? It looks awesome right there.
Yeah,
I
I guess I see what you're saying.
It's a different form factor.
Yeah.
I mean, look, your Star Wars is taller than all of your other cabinets. It's
Oh,
like
here we go.
it's like 2 or 3 inches taller than everything else. So like,
All right, so
yeah,
here we go.
I don't know. I
There
don't think it'll be too bad.
we got from the you're supposed to be the chosen one. Left us a comment saying they are releasing the stand-up cabinet at the same time as the sit-down, according to John. I don't know who John. Who's John? He's talking about
John
John
D.
D.
But
I know. I'm kidding.
did that change? Because what he actually said when he was on Ralph's show, he said at first we're going to get the sit down, but later on the website directly they would release the stand up. He kind of said that it would be later on, not at the same time, but we might have got new information since then.
Yeah. Well, either way, I kind of said this in my video, and I'm just going to quickly repeat it here for everyone else. Is I would like to see, since we have so many cabinets with sticks and buttons, I like seeing the different style cabinets, right? So, stuff with light guns and steering wheels and stuff is more interesting to me than like picking up X-Men vs. Street Fighter or Marvel Capcom. I didn't pre-order any of those because I could play those games 100 other ways, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm interested in a racing cabinet. Hopefully this will be the one once we find out a little bit more about it, right?
I want a crazy taxi cabinet, man.
Crazy taxi is what I would
so
want.
much fun.
Oh, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. That's a good game.
So any word on the Big Buck Hunter? Do we know when that's coming out?
I haven't heard anything.
They're saying it's still supposed to come out this year. I know that my pre-order got pushed out to March, which is really annoying. If like we aren't going to get it in Canada for like 4 more months, or 3 months after you guys do in the US, I may just cancel the pre-order. I don't know. Yep. That seems like a really silly extended period of time to wait over a US release to get it here in Canada, especially considering they were already allowing pre-orders.
So for those who are watching who are fans of the At Games product, as we kind of pivot to At Games real quick here, Stephen Haywood over at the Tech Buzz, make sure you guys tune into the Retro Buzz on Friday nights. They always give us shout outs, so we definitely want to return the favor. Stephen Haywood received a demo unit of the At Games Legends Gamer Mini. And not only did he unbox it, but he made a supplemental video where he showed that via Bluetooth, you can use it as a third controller for your arcade machine. So obviously, if you had 2 of them, you might be able to get, 4 players. But then again, if you have a Legends 1.1 and a Legends Gamer Pro, you can have 4 players. But where's everyone going to stand? It's only a 24-inch screen. Where are you going to stand? So Nostalgia, tell me why this is such an awesome thing for fans of At Games.
I just think, it gives you lots of options. So, I like the Gamer Mini because it's like a single person fight stick. So I don't know that I would personally use it with the ALU or with the Gamer Pro or any of those sort of things. I think that's something that I would just sit on the couch with and put it on my lap and just play by myself. Just because I think that's what it was designed for. The nice thing is that you can do with it what you want. If you want to play with other people, if you've got a Gamer Pro and you're sitting on the couch and you're playing, then you've got the Gamer Mini. You can pass that off to a buddy, and then 3 of you guys are up and running and playing. So, it's nice to have, different options and different layouts that you can set it up, because really it doesn't matter what your preferences are. You've got the ability to do what you want.
Yeah, so what I like about it is the size, right? Because the Gamer Pro, that thing is huge. It's huge. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the Gamer Mini, I could easily sit it. That thing is going to fit perfect right here on the desk in front of me in case if I wanted to live stream gameplay, things like that. And of course, you have access to the entire At Games Legends ecosystem, right? So
What's so funny, man? What are we...
Batman is growing a Pac-Man nose.
Okay, Bruce, you got to go back to the corner.
Okay, so no, Joe, there are not a lot of 4-player games on the At Games, but as we all know, through diligent effort, you can find a way to play 4-player games. Batman has grown a Pac-Man nose. Let's see here. Didn't they make a mini too? Okay, guys. So on the At Games front, the Legends Gamer minis are going to be shipping. Nostalgia, when are those coming out? Are those coming out next week? To those who pre-order?
I have no idea. I haven't actually been following on with the release dates. I don't actually know when that's supposed to be coming out, to be honest. Soon, sometime soon. But I don't know when.
I thought GameStop said it was October 30th. Or did it get pushed back? Maybe it got pushed back.
I really have no idea. I haven't been following it too much. I really, in terms of that, I still don't even know what the Canadian release dates are for the stuff that's coming our way. So, yeah, I really don't know.
All right. So on the At Games front, they announced their pinball, started a pinball war. The Legends Gamer minis are shipping soon. Also, their Legends Connect, which they announced, DIY Retro Arcade and all that kind of stuff. You're going to start seeing some more information about that coming out soon, as well as the Build Your Own Legends contest is about to kick off. Steven, Nostalgia, and I will have a special live stream about that probably tomorrow or Sunday about the Build Your Own Legends contest. We'll keep you guys posted on that. Let's keep that separate because we're going over time here. So we've talked about all the companies except for one. iArcade, obviously, I've talked about them a whole bunch on my channel. What are your guys' thoughts on iArcade after seeing the flurry of activity from them in the last 7 days with their party, FCC approval, new games announced like Dead Cells? Fire away, gentlemen. Go ahead. As well as let us know in the chat, what do you guys think of everything you saw from iArcade in the last week?
I like the iArcade machine. I think it looks really awesome. It's different than what everybody else is coming to market with. This is designed to be a more advanced native game player. It's got slightly more advanced hardware. It's got, a hexa-core processor in there, and it's a little bit more beefed up and lots of internal memory, and they're going with downloadable games and an app store and all that sort of thing. I like the concept. I'm really excited for it. Based off of some of the demos I saw, there were some games on there that I'd never heard of or seen before, but they look like they played really well in the machine. So, I mean, I'm stoked for it.
Okay.
I will actually, before we pass it on, that Double Dragon cabinet looks so good. It looks so good in person. Well, not even in person, but in the videos. Holy cow, that's the winner. I thought Dragon's Lair was going to be it for me, but no, man, that one looks so good.
Yeah.
They did a great job on that.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys got to take your cues from Detroit Love down there, Michael B, because we have been spot on with all these things. I wasn't a fan of iArcade when they first came out with them speakers and all that stuff, but once that Double Dragon skin was revealed, I signed up immediately, and so I'm excited, man. I can't wait to get it. I'm a little jealous. My daughter had me run over to Grand Rapids, and so I couldn't go meet P-Dubs over there in Chicago that weekend. But I definitely wanted to go out there and check it out. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the cabinet. It looks and sounds really nice. I think it's going to be a good addition to the playroom here. So I can't wait. When is this thing supposed to be here again? What's the timing?
Well, they passed FCC, so I think they're going to be shipping in November. So they're building these bad boys over in Korea, and they're getting ready. Jong said on his stream today to put the final software for release on the machines, and then get them out. You didn't get to answer the prior question, Detroit Love in the bottom corner there. Well, what are your thoughts on where everything's at?
This was a really good week for iArcade. I mean, with everybody trying to go out there and one-up each other, iArcade is basically just forging their own path, doing their own thing. It's a very engaging environment. Jong is such a great dude. You just want to see him succeed, and I'm so excited things are working so well for him, and I can't wait for the machine to come out.
Yeah, guys, just a heads up, and I just want to make sure the community is informed. If you're interested in the iArcade product, go to iarcade.com,
click on pre-order. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is today's last day to get it at discounted pricing. These prices aren't as good as the Kickstarter prices if you miss the Kickstarter, but these prices are better than, standard retail price. Look, you only have 4 hours and 51 minutes left, guys. After this, it goes up to full retail price and all that kind of stuff. So, guys, it's crunch time. If you want to save a few bucks and if you can afford it, get your orders in. I'm just trying to help you guys who are interested, who didn't place your orders yet. You only have 4.5 hours to save some money. Go ahead. What?
I was hoping you would have the clip ready for our show today. If you believe in God, believe in II Arcade.
Yep. We have Prentice on standby.
And I'm gonna tell you like this straight up. If you believe in God, believe in IIRK.
Pretty funny.
Sean Powers in the comments section actually brought up another company that we haven't talked about very much, New Wave Toys. They've got Dragon's Lair coming out.
Yep. Now, here's what I find interesting, and let's put this in perspective: is the Dragon's Lair through New Wave Toys does appear to be the original arcade ROM.
Yeah.
The Dragon's Lair through II Arcade looks to be a Windows PC Steam version of the game, but they've optimized it and also added some customization to it where they've added like the iArcade logo in there, additional settings or options, things like that. But it's pretty much the Windows Steam version of the game. Whereas the New Wave Toys one it's just running the original arcade ROM, nothing added, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So just want to throw that out there for folks. The video I saw did you guys see Metal Jesus Rock's video? I thought he did a fantastic job reviewing that product, and I missed the Kickstarter. And even though I got Dragon's Lair coming from iArcade, I'm so tempted to buy this for $120. What about you guys? Let me know in the chat, as well as you three. Go ahead, anybody.
Mine's on its way. I work with that company, and they send me review units. I've gotten review units for everything they've released so far. And I just got an email saying that they're just getting ready to ship my review unit out. So I'll have mine probably within a week and a half. And I'm really excited. This is one that I'm beyond excited for. And then not only that, they just announced their Asteroids cabinet as well. So I think that there's like a few more days on some sort of special buy on that for a discounted rate too. I like the company quite a bit. I think they do a really good job with those machines. They do them justice.
Yeah. So let us know. Not seeing a lot of yeses in the live chat. I don't think a lot of folks want to get those. What about you, Michael B?
Well, someone I thought. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I've never really been a fan of Dragon's Lair. I mean, I played it growing up. It was just a difficult game, and I never had the patience to play. Definitely not for quarters. But I'm definitely going to have it with the IRK. But it's a game I never played a whole lot growing up.
Yep.
So I don't have that passion that you guys have for. Oh, I gotta have it. It's just going to be on my Double Dragons cabinet.
Yep. Well, guys, minus that, we got with our Xboxes and our PlayStation 5 review units have been shipping out to websites, .coms, as well as social media influencers and things like that. So it means that those are coming, and we're going to have those in our hands soon as well, our PlayStation 5s and our Xbox Series X. That's pretty much all the modern console news we have for you. Whole ton of stuff going on in the world of retro gaming, and it's going to keep getting juicier over the next 2 months as we get deep into holiday season. Make sure you subscribe to all our channels. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you guys let us know your comments and your feedback. That helps the show grow. We greatly appreciate your support. Any final thoughts or farewells from my co-hosts before we wish everyone a happy Halloween?
That was awful.
No,
guys, we're still on air. We're still on air.
A hairy situation before Detroit closes us out.
Well, hold on. Does anybody think that we'll get a cease and desist for this episode?
No.
Are you sure? Because I'm gonna have to keep checking my emails for them. And
yeah, you're always worried about that. There,
I just got to be really careful.
No, stop it. You're poking the bear now. Knock it off. we didn't do anything wrong this episode, right? Right? All right, cool. All right. So, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Hopefully, we entertained you. Hope you have a wonderful Halloween with your family. We'll be talking to you soon. One of you.
And until next time, we'll see you on the web.
Happy Halloween.